guys, so I am back for my end of February and March wrap up for books that I have read. So I'm just gonna get into it. So on ebook, I finished This Time Next Year by Tessa Bailey, which was a short. I enjoyed it. It was a fun read, a fun short read if you wanted to get an extra book in at the end of a month. And overall, I just enjoyed the storyline. I like Tessa Bailey's books. I think she does a really nice job with her writing. So it makes her books enjoyable. Then for audiobooks, I finished Natural Selection by Elin Hilderbrand, which was another short. It was like an hour and something for an audiobook. And I just really enjoyed it. I can listen to it. No, pretty much listened to it in like 2 days, roughly. And then I finished Stalking and Spells by Nancy Warren. And I've been enjoying that. And then almost finished, pretty much going to finish it by the end of this month, will be Lace and Lies by Nancy Warren. Those are in the Vampire Knitting Club series that I have been listening to on audiobook on Audible. But I've been enjoying them. The storylines are compelling. It draws you in. And you just can't stop listening to it. So yeah, I've been enjoying that. And then for buddy reads, we'll mention more about these in our next podcast that we're doing From Manhatten to Stars Hollow podcast. We posted the first episode this past week or the previous week on the 14th. And I will link that down below. You can see the books that we talked about and movies that we talked about in that. I'm doing that podcast with my friend Janine in the apartment building. We've been doing buddy reads together. So anyways, to get into the buddy reads, because I also will mention a little bit of a brief in my own video here on YouTube, but then we'll also be more in depth in the From Manhatten to Stars Hollow podcast that I do with her. So I finished, first one was Crying in H Mart on audiobook. I enjoyed that. It was very well written for a memoir. And I just enjoyed listening to the audiobook version of that. I will link my blog post down below of what I thought of it if you want to read that. And similar to that, I also have a blog post for Angela's Ashes. And I did the book to movie comparison for that one for March. And I'll also link that down below as well. But another book that I finished was Angela's Ashes, which I've read before. Absolutely love that book. Gets a 5-star every single time I read it. The storyline is, there is a lot to the storyline. But I just really enjoy it. And it never gets old. I think Frank McCourt did an amazing job of writing about his childhood. So I don't think he could have done any better with it. And then the next book I just finished was Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I enjoyed this book. It was about two sisters and about like kind of their relationship, I guess, and just like their differences and stuff like that. But I just really enjoy Emily Henry's writing. And I think that she does a great job developing and capturing the characters in each one of her books. So yeah, I can finally say that I finally finished Book Lovers. And then that was pretty much it for books that I have finished through the end of February / March. My April TBR is the Magnolia Story by Chip and Joanna Gaines. That's going to be a short read. But I'm going to read that on my own. And then Someone Else's Bucket List ebook version, which I'm currently working on right now, currently reading. And that is for the membership that I'm a part of. That we're reading that. And then for Buddy Reads, we have, with my neighbor in the apartment building, we're going to be reading Tuck Everlasting. I'm probably going to be listening to the audiobook of that, hopefully on the way up to Sugarloaf, if I can rent that from the library. And then Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. And then the next buddy read for April is going to be Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, the first book in the series, and I'm going to bring this with me to Sugarloaf. So hopefully I'll get to, in my downtime when I'm not skiing, maybe I'll get some reading done on my birthday weekend in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm going to definitely be bringing that. And then the two other books that I'm going to mention are new releases for April. So the first one is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jiminez. It comes out April 1st. So I will probably start that after I get home from Sugarloaf once that gets released. Let me look at my Amazon order. I had 2 Audible pre-orders. And they were both the new releases for April. And one of them was Say You'll Remember Me and Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, another Emily Henry book. And the Emily Henry book comes out April 22nd. And then I believe I also ordered the physical book of Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I did order the physical book of that too, but while I wait for that book to come, I figured I could always start listening to the audiobook. And I'm just going to straight do the audiobook for the April 1st one, for the Abby Jiminez book. So yeah, and then the last one on there is Our Last Day in Barcelona by Chanel Cleaton. I've read all of the books in the Next Havana series, and I believe this one is the last or the second to the last, maybe. I'll have to look that up to be sure, but I'll be listening to that on audiobook. as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any comments that you should do, please do comment down below or on my Facebook page, and I hope everybody has an amazing day.